Hey, everybody. Let's take a look at this article, and I want to tell you about a recent case that happened to a friend of mine. Here we have an article. This is a few years old. Oh my gosh, April 1st, 2008. We're in 2023. It says third graders plot to attack teacher foiled. 2008. So this is nothing new. Unfortunately, it's been going on. A group of third graders plotted to attack their teacher, bringing a broken steak knife, handcuffs, duct tape, and other items for the job, and assigning children tasks, including covering the windows and cleaning up afterwards. Police said Tuesday. The plot involving as many as 9 boys and girls at Center Elementary School in South Georgia was a serious threat, Waycross Police Chief Tony Tanner said. School officials alerted police Friday after a pupil tipped off a teacher that a girl had brought a weapon to school. Tanner said the students apparently planned to knock the teacher unconscious with a crystal paperweight, bind her with the handcuffs and tape, and then stab her with the knife. Quote, "We did not hear anybody say they intended to kill her, but could they have accidentally killed her? Absolutely," quote, end quote, Tanner said. "We feel like if they weren't interrupted, there would have been an attempt. Would they have been successful? We don't know." The children, ages 8 to 10, were apparently mad at the teacher because she scolded one of them for standing on a chair. It continues, 2 of the students were arrested on juvenile charges Tuesday, and a third was expected. District Attorney Rick Curry said other students told investigators they didn't take the plot seriously or insisted they had decided not to participate. Some of these kids said, "We thought they were just joking," Curry said. Another child was supposed to bring a toy pistol, and he told a detective that he didn't bring it because he thought he would get into trouble. Curry said the children are too young to be charged as adults and probably too young to be sentenced to a youth detention center. Police seized a steak knife with a broken handle, steel handcuffs, duct tape, electrical and transparent tape, ribbons, and paperweight from the students. It continues on. Curry said that he decided to seek juvenile charges against 2 girls, ages 9 and 10, who brought the knife and paperweight, and an 8-year-old boy who brought tape. He said these 3 students face charges of conspiracy to commit aggravated assault, and both girls are being charged with bringing weapons to school. 9 children have now been given discipline, up to and including long-term suspension, said Teresa Martin, a spokeswoman for the Ware County school system. She would not be more specific, but said none of the children have been back to school since the case came to light. The purported target is a veteran educator who teaches third-grade students with learning disabilities, including attention deficit disorder, delayed development hyperactivity, friends and parents said. The scheme involved a division of roles, Tanner said. One child's job was to cover windows so no one could see outside. Another was supposed to clean up after the attack. "We're not sure at this point in the investigation how many of the students actually knew the intent was to hurt the teacher," Tanner said. He said the teacher told detectives the children involved weren't known as troublemakers. "You can't dismiss it," Tanner said, "but because these are kids, they may have thought this was like a cartoon. We do whatever, and then she stands up and she's okay. That's a hard call." So again, he says because these are kids, they may have thought this was like a cartoon. We do whatever, and then she stands up and she's okay. That's a hard call. Not to me. They planned it. What did the teacher do that was so egregious? Oh, yeah. She told one of them to do what? She scolded one for standing on a chair. You knew standing on a chair, you can hurt yourself, break your neck, get injured. And then if that were to happen, if she hadn't said anything, then the parents would be howling, well, why didn't you stop him? Ages 8 to 10. Why am I bringing this up? Just recently, you know what happened? A second grader wanted to do something in the school. Yeah, what my friend teaches. He wanted to do something in the school. And they said, no, you can't do that. This is what I want. Oh, and it was a little TT. No, you can't do that. Behavior starts in the home. The prisoner pipeline starts in the home. When he didn't get what he wanted, and I could tell by the name, hearing the name, Gustavius, one of those, Gloctavius, I already knew. When he didn't get what he wanted, second grade. Second grade. Again, this article is from 2008. We're in 2023. Second grade. He didn't get what he wanted. Know what he did? He started pushing over stuff, just knocking stuff over, going crazy. Now, as a teacher now, in some states, you can't stop these students. If you touch them, they may say, she hurt me. And then you'll get fired. They'll stop your pull your certification. You can't work. Yeah, did you know that? He destroyed the classroom. Knocking stuff over, pushing stuff over, tearing stuff, anything sitting up, just knocking it over. Pushing desk over. He mad. Him is mad. Messed the room up. Again, you don't want to touch him now because, you don't want to hurt the student. So let this little fool, ABC 123 felony onesie, let this little fool go ahead and tear everything up. And he just destroyed the classroom, just knocking stuff over, little projects they got going on. He just knocking it. I'm like, do what I want to do. So that was allowed because saying stop. Are you kidding? These kids have no discipline. What did he do next? He stabbed the teacher with some scissors. He cut her. That's what I said. He stabbed the teacher with some scissors. Tore up the room first. Again, can't touch little Johnny. And then stabbed the teacher with some scissors. The pipe to prison pipeline, everybody was mad at Denzel. I agree. It starts in the home. What? Stabbed her. What the heck you think is happening in the home? Now, something is going on. The school didn't, no. The school didn't do this. He did this. Now, can the school aid in the prisoner pipeline by subjecting certain students, especially black students, to detention and all that? Of course they can. But let's stop right here now. Let's not pretend that all these kids are well behaved. In some cases, the teachers are wrong and could be picking on them. And you're not gonna lead me to believe that all these children are from well behaved families and homes, and they're just being sometimes just picked on. In some cases, yes. All cases, that's a hell to the no. And it's like, what did the parents say? No apology or nothing from the parents. Second grade, stabbed her with a knife. So maybe I guess just wait next time and let him grow up, and then he'll stab somebody else I'm sorry, he stabbed her with some scissors. So maybe wait till he gets older and he can stab somebody with a knife, and then we'll see. Then we'll see. And you wonder why I say don't care to see the poverty, do you? You wonder why I say black women, you need to get a chance to know yourselves. Baby mama ain't working. And some of these ladies are using this check. They don't do anything with their lives. Hey, I got some kids, I'm gonna get paid. Using your womb as a wallet, and honey, the wallet is broke. Second grade. Why? Because you can't do, and it's not like, let's get me wrong, it's not like they're coming from wealth, like, oh my, he's a trustafarian, he's to get his way. You with your poverty-stricken mind, your mom and your dad don't have a pot, barely a pot of window, and sometimes a pot of window that they do have, guess what, is paid for by the taxpayers. How the hell you get so angry? Because you can't do what you want to do. Tear the room up. Again, don't touch little Johnny. Don't touch little Johnny. Oh no. They might bring charges. This child is a heathen. Stab with scissors. Don't touch little Johnny. How do you get to the point you just tear up everything? I bet the house is tore up too. What? How we get to this point? That home life. I said there's something going on in the home. Well, it's a single baby mama. Where the heck is a disappearing daddy? And don't fool yourself. It's more than likely some kind of man is around in that home. Mm-hmm. It's something in the home. Could be somebody from prison. Get mad and kids are listening. Don't forget, people are like computers are programmed. And you look at a person, you don't know what's programmed. If they're being programmed to be a decent human being, if they're being programmed just to engage in homicidal acts, people are like computers. They are programmed. What is input in that person? What gets you so mad? And first of all, to define adult, growing up, I wish I would. Are you kidding me? If you sighed, they would be on the phone. And when we grew up, our mother stayed home, my dad worked. When we grew up, the moms were a part of the PTA. You wouldn't even cite a teacher because they would be on that phone. Why? They're part of the PTA, so they got the phone number. They will call your parents, and more than likely your mom will be at home. And then when your dad gets in, which I prefer my dad because my dad's going to give like a lecture. My mom, they come from another kind. They're like, it's. I prefer my dad. He'll give you a lecture on it, but she want to come harder. So yeah, I was always a daddy's girl, but yeah, it's something going on in the home. Why would you think to stab someone? Is it somebody from prison in the home and talk about shanking? The group has lost its way. And she was talking about how, a lot of behavior issues affecting black kids. And she's like, they don't seem to get it. When you do things like that, you don't always get a second chance. And then your community doesn't have the resources like others. And she's like, a lot of these young ones, if they don't get it together, they're going to grow up, end up being homeless, not employable. We already know that. But baby mama not trying to hear it. And it's neither is disappearing daddy. That's why I keep for the next 5 years, there doesn't need to be any more children because I'm sorry. It's going if you cannot for those this baby mama thing and in poverty and broke down and poor and need the state and all that and trying to lie and get your kids some kind of SSI check, it's played out. The community is too far gone. You want to talk about the racist police? And I thought about it. What an oxymoron. And trust me, there are some good cops, there are some bad ones. But what an oxymoron. You want to talk about the racist police and defund them, and then at the same time, you need them to come and control the people in the community because they don't know how to act. What an oxymoron. They racist. Okay, is that true for some? You're doing Skippy. It is not a surprise. But then stop and think. The community is so diabolical and self-defeating and a danger to itself that you can't deal without the races over you because you don't know how to act. It'll get worse. Think about how that sounds. The more racist police, but you still depending on the racist police to come and save thee from little TT. Make it make sense. The trajectory of the community of the BC, oh, it's just on a want to talk about failure. Failure is not an option. Failure seems to be the only option because guess what? That's what This is what the community wants. People are doing what they want to do. And when I say things like that, oh, how dare she? Well, how dare you raising a bunch of darn criminals? How dare you? Oh, and you just can't defend yourself. Somebody need to put some hands on him. And I don't mean no prayer cloth hands either. He needs to catch those little hands and a belt too. Oh, we can't do any spanking now. Well, guess what? They spanking black men every day with you in that jail cell. Matter of fact, you're getting pulled over right now, and that's on my list. Of course, I always got a list. Have you heard? They're being assaulted in a sexual manner. By who? Being put over. I almost search for drugs and do a cavity search. Well, it's been happening to women. Now it's happening to you. And some people, they haven't found nothing. What do you think's going on? A way to degrade you. But here's the thing. I can understand when you see it, we have a different experience in this country, and I understand that. But when you make yourself of a problem in your own community, newsflash, nobody cares. They don't. What's some black women to do? We get shot and killed every day, assaulted, and you up there and what they get. Well, what you gonna do about the boys in blue and green, whatever the outfit is, and they send up here assaulting you? What you gonna do? The thinking is all wrong. The thinking is all wrong. This group of the sit up here and plan its own demise, very stiff neck, can't tell them nothing. And I thought about that. So this happened in 2008. We're in 2023. What are these kids doing now? I do wonder. The second graders, my friend was like, they don't seem to understand. I'm like, girl, the parents don't even care. Are you kidding me? They don't. They just somebody just got pregnant. Oh, I'll bring that cognac and that stuff happened like that. He done ran off. You already know the MO. Who could be so dumb? You already know the MO of these men of this community. You already know they kill the best and brightest. They starve out their own business owners, go make everybody else rich, and then fools sit up around. We don't have any jobs. In 2023, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about you suffering. Oh, what is we going to do? Hell if I know, boo. You don't have plenty of time to figure it out. Someone said to me, in the family, on the Caucasian side, oh, some of the things you say to the black community is not very loving and kind. Say what? Just some of the things to say those things. I had to keep it real with the family. Well, let me tell you this. As for them, they're not black like me. They don't know this community. You only know the few people you know. And the ones you know at that country club don't relate to the BC. They don't live in the BC. I'm keeping it real. I'm helping people. I get some of the emails. So you, and it's family. Have you lived in the BC? I don't want no. Have you lived in the BC? And you are what? You are a trustafarian. Okay? You have that wealth. You can mess up, and you have contacts. You have resources. When people are financially disadvantaged, and you're a minority, you gotta really watch how you move. So we can pretend that everything is okay. I'm not dealing with little TT, don't want to. But you're not part of the BC. You don't understand the trajectory. You want to come with everything is nice and calm. Yeah, pull me to the side. I need to pull my coattail. Some of the things you're saying, and it might be hurting them. Really? Also, I'm going to sound the trumpet. I see there's a problem. I'm not going to sit up here and just chill and just say, oh, yeah, well, I'm missing a WBP and we're having fun. The one talking, how many homes you got? So we can't carry the seed of poverty deep because you want to know why? Most of us can't even hold on to a darn home. Too many are sitting up here check to check. They can't pick up the phone and say, Mom, I need $10,000 to just write the check. They can't do it. And 10,000, how long is that going to last any adult? Newsflash, many of us don't have that. So I don't need, and we're still cool, still love you, but I just don't need a privileged white person. I don't need a privileged Jewish person to come and tell the things that I say. Just be very harmful and not very nice. I can't believe. Why are you worried about it? What you go over there? Why are you worried about it? We have a whole new set of problems you cannot relate to. You've never lived it. If your kid needed 100,000, heck, if they need 500,000, that ain't nothing to you. You think we have it like that? So yeah, we can't afford as black women to keep trying to see the poverty dig because guess what? That's why we are where we are right now. They don't want to complain. You only worth $5. You only worth $5. Want to know why? Because you can't see the poverty dig. Because you're with broke black men, and these men are trying to build for you. And I'm here to tell you in case you didn't know. Even though there's a sign, there's signs everywhere. But yeah, somebody pulled my little coattail. Oh, little family moment. Thank you. Maybe somebody doesn't know. And some people don't, because you know what? You do what you see, what you're exposed to. Your mother did it. Grandmother did it. And here we is we're passing on a legacy of poverty. A legacy of poverty. It's very simple. When you having children early and you don't know you haven't had a chance to, your money is limited. What's gonna happen? Baby mama ain't working out. Carrying the seed of poverty is not working out. Having children and we don't know who's raising them, anybody in and out the home, like the third graders, the second grader, that's not working out. So we can be quiet, someone like me, let everybody just be quiet. You say, well, hey, that's okay. Yeah, keep it up. Well, he just had a bad day. Little TT gonna grow up and have a bad day in that pen. And then when you end up in prison and you're being assaulted, maybe then just maybe you wish you had listened. So we can try to prevent it before it gets to that point. We can maybe try that's the better option. See, too many wait till they've been used to doing what they want to do, get out in those streets, they don't get killed, they get incarcerated, and now you sitting up here, your name is now, hey, your name is now Shakita, and you got a boyfriend, it ain't your choice. Now you wish you had to listen. Too many youngsters, they just don't think. Now you realize I'm gonna be here forever. I don't want to live anymore. Try to unalive yourself. It happens. We don't want to talk about it. Or somebody there unalive you. Oh, whoa, look at that, yeah. Well, why couldn't we have a conversation? And say, hey, here are some problems. This trajectory leads to here. It ain't rocket science. We don't want to do that. We want to go ahead and pretend you ain't gonna tell me nothing. And then when they got you bend over on your knees, scrubbing and doing all other kind of little tricks, somebody beating the crap out of you. Now you want to get you a little hat on your head. Try to get some protection. Now I see my error of my ways. So why can't we try to prevent it from happening? Why we got to keep on going? It's going through all of that. It is. I'm telling you, for poor people, you really finna get it, especially with all these kids' behavioral issues. And you wonder why you have a teacher shortage. You wonder why. I have heard the horror stories, been hearing them. So this here, in 2023, as many young people as we have, the worst thing you can do is you just want to be in poverty. I'm not gonna lie to you, these young ones. Go ahead and get yourself pregnant. How it turn out for your mama and your grandmama? How that turn out for you? Look around. These dusters will put you on the ground. So a second grader, and I was like, what about the parent? Parent is like, what about the parent? Has the parent come up there to apologize? Let's get some count. Oh, the parent, the teacher didn't hear from the parent. You owe an apology. The parent has to come to the school to address it. What does that tell you? They don't care. And you don't want to face it. This is the future. So here we are. I couldn't believe it. Stab the teacher with scissors. And you can't touch the student. And in some places, I cannot believe this. You can't call the police. So what are you supposed to do? Maybe call the school police? Oh, after you've been stabbed. That's why I said in 2022, it has to be about you. In 2023, I beg of you. In 2023, I beg of thee, don't carry the seed of poverty D. The pipeline to prison. When you carry the seed of poverty D, guess what? You don't want to face it. That's all you're doing is filling it up. You say, oh, prison is the new slavery. When you carry the seed of poverty D, I guess you're doing your part, huh? Doing your part on the modern plantation. But hey, at least baby mama got her check. She got her check. Check that out. Anyway, I'm out. Thanks for listening. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Love ya.